Chicago girls are?
Chicago girls are. They're the best girls in the world.
Chicago girls are the best.
They're the best girls in the world. Chicago girls will really show you about yourself. Like, Chicago girls will let you know, like, you really ain't who you think you is.
You know what? That's a fact. That's a fact. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the third ever episode of Who's Who with Liiu, starring none other than your girl, Liiu. Today I have a special guest. He's a singer, rapper, songwriter, bad bitch getter. Y'all please give a warm welcome to my man's Up at 2.
How you doing? What's up?
How you feel?
I'm doing good.
Look nice.
Appreciate you.
What you got on the fit? Who's Donnie?
My alter ego.
Your alter ego. Up at 2 is not your alter ego?
Nah, that's who you got right now.
Okay, period. What's one pants? See something going on?
Thrifted, you know.
Thrifted?
I just kind of put it together. I ain't, you know. Style don't cost that much, you know.
Okay, it really don't though.
It don't cost that much.
Okay, what's going on with the shades?
Thrifted.
Thrifted?
Oh, bro. Yeah. So,
okay, period. Every time I see you, you got shades on. Very mysterious. I ain't gonna lie. I told my homegirl the other day because I told her I was gonna interview you, and I told her I said I'm finna interview Up at 2, and I really don't know what his face looks like because every time I see him, it's either dark in the club. He got shades on, and I'm just like I don't know what this man.
They probably don't know what I look like. There you go.
Hold on, let him. Look straight in the camera. That ain't know what she look like. Period. Speaking of the first time I ever met you, I heard about your music via Instagram, my friends, stuff like that, and went to listen to your stuff on my own. It was dope. I didn't expect you to see you in Go Hayes' music session, and then you pulled up, and they was letting people get on the aux or whatever. You played your single, Why? That single that she played, right? And I was standing there like, did he really cover for real? Everybody in the room, though, I don't think everybody knew who you was, but everybody was like astounded about you and your sound. They wasn't expecting that at all. And then the video, somebody recorded it, and they posted it on like, what's the name of that platform? What's the Word? TV? Yeah, and it was like going around. It was like going viral type shit. Did you expect that to happen?
Nah, like, you know what's crazy? The next day, I'm in the bed, I wake up. And I just seen a bunch of notifications. I'm like, damn, I look at my Instagram. I'm like, damn, this shit just went up. It's crazy. I wasn't expecting it, but it was like, damn, it's like I really caught a genuine moment on camera. You did.
That was a real genuine moment. Everybody was excited for that. So yeah, that's when I had officially met you. When I was like, okay, I gotta tune into his stuff, and you got a couple projects on Apple Music, Him Value 1, Mine Forever, Wins in the City, things of that nature. So yeah, you got a couple things up out there too. So you gave me the mystery vibe when I first met you, and I was wondering who is Up at 2? Because we don't got a lot of interviews with you, nothing like that. Who is Up at 2? Where you from originally first?
I'm from out south.
Okay. Where out south?
South burbs.
So you're not from the city?
I moved from the city when I was like 9 or something like that. Okay. So I just grew up in the burbs or whatnot. I mean, south suburbs is close enough, so every time you gotta move around, you gotta come downtown anyway. So.
Okay, what burb?
Country Club Hills.
What? Get out here. Like stand out there. I love Country Club.
Out there and everything. You know?
Okay, what's good?
Hillcrest.
Okay, very.
It was decent though. It was like growing up in the burbs be cool though. It's just like it's chill. It's just like, you know, do your shit, get out the way. It's just real chill. Come to the city when you gotta come to the city. Like everything down here, to be honest with you. Birds just be like, I just look at it like this is where we go to sleep at.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what you lay your head at type thing. But you was coming out here to do what? When you was in high school or whatever, you was coming to Chicago to kind of.
No, I wasn't. So like as far as like to do with the music. Yeah. So I didn't even start making music till about 2018, 2019. But that wasn't even in Chicago.
Okay, what was you at?
So my producer, First from 92, shout out to him. He was out of Nashville, Tennessee. So like, I would just like take weekend trips out there. What? Just drive out there on the weekend, and we'd just cook up just get back out here by Monday, you know, get back to the regular program. And then, like, eventually, he had, because he was going to TSU out there, he ended up going, he graduated and went to LA. And I had moved to Arizona, Phoenix. So it was like a 3-hour drive.
Right.
So then, like, that's where most of Wins in the City got created at. That's how we pretty much came up with the whole identity, aesthetic, everything. Just like, we went out there, it was all trial and error. And like I said, that's how I was. So I tell people all the time, like, West Coast is like where I got my start at music.
Well, not even here in Chicago.
Not even here in Chicago. No, granted, I kind of like started here, but like I said, going to Tennessee, because I only was just really working with him. I wanted to, like, because that's like my real life friend. Like, I met him in high school. He's just been cool since we was kids and everything. So, like, I just go out there and record. Then, like I said, when he went to LA, I just like, all right, let me get to the West Coast. I ain't had a budget for LA per se at the time. So I just like, all right, I'm gonna go as close as I can. It's kind of like in the budget or whatnot.
Yeah, Arizona around the corner.
Yeah, so it was like I think it's like a 3.5, 4-hour drive. So I just go out there and just cook up, network, meet who we gotta meet, come back. Then it's like once I finish the project, the Wins in the City, I kind of just was like, all right, I found my sound. Because I was out there for like a 1.5 years, just working on stuff. Just like found the sound, found the aesthetic, came up with the name, everything, and it was just like, let's take it back to the city.
Yeah. Okay, back up a little bit. You said you started music in 2018.
Yeah.
That was, what? I can't count. That was 6 years ago?
6 years ago.
So that was low-key kind of recent versus a lot of other people that say, I've been doing music for 10, 15 years type thing. Before 2018, who were you before you just decided to do music, though?
I was a sneakerhead. Like, I was the dude, I was the plug.
Okay.
I was really the plug, like, for real.
Right,
I was getting whatever you needed, come on, I got you.
Right.
I was really the plug, running around the city, just grabbing shoes, selling shoes and stuff like that. It was just like, but I always had like this thing for like pop culture and all. It's just like rap culture, sports, music. That's something me and my homies always arguing about, music. We just talk since like kids, like artists, and like we bought into all that. Everything they was selling, we was buying. Like, so it was just like, the whole lifestyle was just like super cool to me. So like, and then, like the shoes, fashion, played a part in it, everything. So it just kind of like came full circle.
Okay.
So I felt like I always put it on. I felt like even then, like, so it was just like that, music, fashion, all synonymous, everything. And it's just like my homie, 92, he was producing before I even started making music. Like, I'd just be in the crib, he'd be in there making beats. I'm just playing the game. I didn't have a thought of making music. He just ended up cooking up beats. I'm like, yeah, that's hard. Whoa. Then, like, I had a homie who had like a studio in his crib. I just went in there playing around, recorded a few songs, sent it to bro, and he was just like, oh, you should take this serious. That's like 2018. I think my first single out of 2019. Yeah, it's called Past 2. That was produced by First Flight as well.
Oh my God. Is that where you got your name from? Had to stop for a little second because the train was going back. Y'all know how Chicago get. But we was getting into your name. Where'd that come from?
So with that, it was like, I had a conversation. I was talking to this one female like years ago. Had a conversation. And I was a night owl. And it was just like, oh, you always up past 2 o'clock. Like, you always texting me late. You know what that means? And I was like, past 2, 3 a.m. And I looked it up. And I just seen, it was like a bunch of like evil stuff, like the witching hour.
Yeah, 3 a.m. is the witching hour.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm like, past 2, 2 a.m., he just go back 2 a.m. And it was like, all right. So the guys, they like, that's hard.
Right.
That's hard. And then, like, you know, going forward, we did like, just as far as like, I feel like the style and the sound changed over the years. And it kind of like rebranded it last year. And that's how I came up with Up at 2. And I was just like, just your name being a phrase, that's tough.
Raw is him.
That's tough.
Yeah. That's
you got
really...
The Weeknd, Party Next Door.
Yes.
Up at 2.
Yep. Perfect. And it works with your aesthetic too. You have a very mysterious, dark. I'm not saying you're a dark person, but it's a dark vibe. You always got on dark colors, dark shades. It matches with the aesthetic.
Exactly.
And it's dark at 2 a.m. So that's what makes sense. So little did you know, coming from 2018, you was with your producer at TSU, traveling from Arizona to LA. You didn't even know that you were building your aesthetic the whole time, pretty much. Wow, so it worked out that way.
And it's something they always say. They say, like, you can look for it, but when it comes, you gonna know. Like, even as far as, like, because I feel like even with fashion, like, your fashion changes all the time. like season by season, the fest. Like I don't feel like I dress how I dressed a year ago. Like it has always changed. Whatever you know experience, what you grow to like and stuff, things like that. And then like even with the up at 2, it was just like that was a part of it. It was just like 2 a.m. Cool. It's just like that was one thing I was kind of nervous about changing the name, but I was like they still synonymous with each other.
Right.
Up at 2 a.m. was still synonymous, and it was just like again just like finding the sound, evolving the sound, just growing as a person and an artist. So. And it's like I said, you got to make the necessary changes if you need to make any changes. And like I said, I felt like, okay, I outgrew a certain sound. And it was like, all right, let's make the music more intentional. Let's rebrand the whole thing. And it was just like, I felt like, it was a ghost then.
Yeah, I feel that. You basically got, like you said, you got your start in music in Los Angeles. What were the type of influences and experiences that you were getting into in LA that kind of basically influence the type of music you make right now? Because you make real, like, I'm going to say this on camera, you make real toxic R&B nigga music. And I'm like, what was going on in his life to inspire you to talk about strippers and blowing money fast, real braggadocious music? Because we really don't have that lifestyle out here. That the only type of place you can pretty much get that lifestyle from is LA, Texas, things of that nature.
Party cities, pretty much.
Party cities, pretty much.
Nightlife cities.
Yeah.
I'll say like, just being honest and telling the truth. Like, you don't have to get super detailed. I know a lot of people like don't want to tell you too much personally about them.
Right.
But it's also, you have to realize like you're not the only one going through these experiences. So the music's gonna hit somebody. It's gonna touch somebody. They gonna feel what I'm saying. They might have even been through the same situation. Like, I kind of noticed that even, like, looking at Instagram, you see, like, videos of, like, growing up, this, and this. You're like, man, we all grew up the same way.
Yeah, look, key.
Like, that really happened to me, too. So it's like, 9 times out of 10, whatever experience you went through, somebody else also going through it, either went through it or going through it right now. And then as far as, like, the toxic stuff, it's like, I don't be thinking I'm really toxic.
I was listening to some of your songs, and I'm like, you talking about Tennessee, the name of your song, Mine's Forever.
Tennessee
Fling. And basically you're giving your story about your girl back in Tennessee.
Right.
You talking about women in LA, things of that nature. Women heavily influence your sound. So tell me a little bit about that. So what's going on with that?
Let me take a shot.
Yeah, take a shot real fast. We can talk about that.
Let's get into that.
Cheers to the women, man. Turned up. Let's get into that.
That's a double shot.
Yeah, it was. I'm so sorry.
Man.
I didn't even think you was gonna take the whole thing. I took a sip.
Man, you get it out the way.
You came in here ready. You ain't gonna. You came in here ready. You came here ready because I wouldn't even expect you to drink all of that.
Man, I'm like, hey, it's done. It gotta go sometime.
Right. So the women.
So with that, it's just like, just being transparent. Like, I'm really like putting my situations, pretty much putting myself out there, letting y'all know like this is what I go through with women, and also it's almost like I don't really think it's toxic. I think the music that I make is like more of how can I word this without getting bashed?
You ain't gonna get bashed. You're not gonna get bashed.
Like almost like I feel like I'm like the antagonist to the content that Summer Walker will bring for women.
Okay.
Like I feel like my music don't like for women. Y'all have a lot of artists who kind of like get y'all the real. Y'all feel that baby daddy drama, this and this. I feel like I speak from the experience of men. So I feel like
of this generation.
Yeah.
Let me stop you right there, because back then they always talk about we need to. Nowadays they say we need to bring old R&B back. Niggas not in love like they used to be. They not begging for their women on tracks like that no more, things of that nature. But I feel like you bringing another, like you said, Summer Walker type situation.
Yeah, it's like music. Almost like I feel like my music kind of like, especially like the more the R&B sound in music, is like more of like I'm sharing my experiences, and I know other guys are going through these experiences as well. And it's almost kind of like I'm trying to put the confidence in guys. Back into guys, I should say. I see like on the net, like people just, men, women debates going on. Women shouldn't do this, men shouldn't do this. This is like, all right, I'm tired of that. Like, men can't tell women how to be women. Women can't tell men how to be men. Mm-hmm. So it's different perspectives. Perspectives you will never know mine. I'll never know yours. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like instead of guys being just like butthurt over women, it's like, well, this is the music that I'm finna build your confidence up. Like. Sometimes it do get like a little crazy. Yeah, it do. But like it do sound toxic. Yeah, it get a little crazy. Really went through that? Like, yeah, it get a little crazy, but it's just like I'm gonna get down to the deepest root of it. It's like, you know, even then, like some songs I had, it was like tough experiences with women. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and just be like, I'm just the womanizer, I'm just playing everybody out. No, it's like I done got my feelings hurt before. Yeah. So it's just like when I put these experiences in the songs, this is just me kind of like guiding someone through that hurt, because it's just like, you know, a breakup or whatnot, you can be through it through months, for a couple months, a year or so. I'm just trying to help guide people through it. I just build people confidence up. Yeah. I mean, and women love it, like the sonically and how it sounds and everything. But it's like those lyrics is just like that's a male's perspective, and also it's giving the women an insight of the mind of a man.
It sure much. Is, because I'm not gonna lie, on a lot of your songs, like let me see. Mine Forever, the intro to the J Stale intro on Mine Forever. I was like, oh my God, he gets super candid and vulnerable in these songs, and I would have never thought that somebody of, you know, your standard, you know, like young turn would be this vulnerable on music like this. You was pouring your heart out on that J Stale intro, and I was like, what are you talking about? And I would have never thought in a million years that you would have ever felt that way. Do you feel like that representation for males is lacking at the moment?
In Chicago?
Yeah, in Chicago. Or just in general.
Yeah, I feel like, especially in Chicago, because it's like, I say like the last decade, we built up a reputation for a certain sound that I feel like a lot of people don't want to like go outside of the box. If that makes sense. Like,
what sound is that?
Shout out all my drill rappers. I love the drill sound. Like, I don't just sit around and listen to R&B all day. That's the craziest thing. Like, I don't really ride around to R&B. I don't really listen to R&B, to be honest.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like a handful of artists, but because I just like I listen to music for the feeling. At first, it's like just like a mood, but I say like with that, it's just like I feel like the sound is like more of a like, you know, like the drill sound, which is like, you know, pivotal in like pushing Chicago to where it was at now. So, but I just feel like it got to the point where like nobody wants to try anything else. Like step outside of the box. It's just, in other words, it comes off almost like doing R&B from Chicago isn't cool.
Wow, okay. I was going to ask you about that too, because I really do feel like the representation of R&B music, especially with males, is lacking. I can't even name 5 of them off the top of my head, except for like, well, you, Elijah Love, like Josh Cade, people like that. But I'm just like, I can't even name them. They usually don't even have showcases for male R&B artists out here in Chicago. Exactly. Does that bother you a little bit?
It's kind of like, it gets frustrating at times when you like, it's like, okay, like, I feel like with a different sound, there's way much more to offer. Also, it's just about just even showcasing these artists would like also change the narrative about Chicago in the same sense. Like, I know when we go out of town, you tell somebody from Chicago, like, have you been shot?
Yes. Oh, like, it's so violent out there. Yeah. I'm like, little do y'all know we have the greatest Colorado history. We got the best food.
Exactly.
Everybody friendly. Like, what are you talking about?
Exactly. It's just like, you know, it's profitable for that type of music. I understand that, but it's like, that's not the case 24/7. At all. Like, it's areas of Chicago. Like, don't get me wrong, it's Chicago. Things can happen in any city, is what I should say. Exactly. You could be anywhere.
It's crazy in LA. You was out there for a while. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy out there. Like, when I'm in LA, it's like, I don't know, I'm on edge when I'm in LA.
What?
Because it's too big. It's too big and it's too fast. It's just like, everything's fast-paced. It's like, we gotta go here. Then it's just like, dude, the driving in LA, anxiety. It's crazy. There's just too many cars on the road, too many people out there. But I still love it. It's a lot of networking to go on out there. A lot of people to meet. A lot of people actually, like, and I tell other artists, like, if you want to just go and be around like-minded people, LA is
the place. Yeah, exactly. Wholeheartedly. I lived in LA for 6 years. I just moved back to Chicago in 2021. I'm from here, but I lived out there from 2015 to 2021. And everybody was out there trying to meet somebody to take them to the next level type thing. Here in Chicago, we really don't have that. Everybody be, Hollywood, too cool for school type thing. Yeah, but out there in LA, everybody like, hey, how you doing? Where you from? Like, what do you do? Let's connect. Let's change Instagram thing. So
it's real cool. It's like a melting pot for creative people. Mm-hmm. Like, and it's like I kind of feel like in Chicago, I want to, like me per se, like I don't want to feel like I'm just too out of reach of people. Mm-hmm. Like I always want to extend a hand, like shout out Flex, shout out Steve-O. They always have like we make completely different type of music,
right?
But it's like they got a session, hit me, pull up, video shoot. They gonna hit me, pull up, because it's just all about like you don't know what can come from what. Like we didn't heard R&B artists with rappers and it just connect. This is like at the end of the day, we just want to make good music. Yeah. Granted, like we can always adapt, and it's like me going into a setting with them. And them coming into a setting with me is almost like we kind of challenging ourselves to see like how can we make this make sense. Okay. And I always felt like working with other artists and building community. That's something Chicago lacks, like building community. Mm-hmm. Like you said, the Hollywood, like some artists, and it's like some artists just kind of like don't make themselves available. Mm-hmm. And it's like not saying like it's a bad thing. I get it, but it's like. Building, I feel like, especially like in the times we in, Instagram is like the marketing, like everybody can promote themselves now. Yep. Like back then, it was like, you had to really have like the budget for the promo. You can really, like you said, post a clip and it just go viral. Now we know who you is. So it's always about just like making yourself available, accessible to people, building community. Because like I feel like I said, with the Instagram thing, the community right now, that's the promo. Word of mouth to me is like the biggest form of promotion.
Mm-hmm. Definitely is. That's how I found out about you through my peers and whatnot. And actually, the showcases that we do have in Chicago, the scarce ones, because we don't have as many as I would like them. Because, like you said, LA, melting pot, whole lot going on. They got a showcase all the time. They got speakeasies, all type of things going on. And here, it's word of mouth. You got to find out about these events, word of mouth, or you got to be following the correct people to know. To know type thing. So but I did want to ask. You spoke about collaboration with artists here in Chicago and all of the people that you close with. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like we've lost the gap between like R&B and rap collabs because it was like this thing going down.
The R&B hooks back
then,
the R&B
hooks, yeah. Like Drake, Dice Pineapples with Rick Ross or whatever. Rick Ross had what's his name, Avery Storm on there.
Even when you did stuff like 112 and Fabulous.
Exactly. Yeah. Do you think that's a lost art right now?
Only because it hasn't been reintroduced. I'll say that. Because I would say this, I feel like a lot of people started making, because I would say like the term as far as the sound in Chicago, we'd say like 2012, 2011 when it shifted over. Mm-hmm. And like, just think of the people who like started making music in that time frame. They never really seen the collaborations of like the R&B artists with the rappers, like done in Chicago as well. Like, I know like even, like the last person I could see, like I cannot think of the R&B artist who was on the record. I was a King Louis. I think his name was Liiu.
Got my bands up.
Yeah, like things like that. It's like you can really like.
It was crazy. That's the only one I could think of, and the fact that we was both thinking it at the same time proves
he was on something.
That's not a thing.
He was on something. It's like, and that it should be more of that because it's almost like I feel like a lot of music is popcorn, so just go fast because no real hooks in them, and it's like. It's okay to use writers. I tell people that all the time. Like, I love to write for people. Mm-hmm. Like, I extend my hand to write for people.
Is that what you were doing in L.A.?
Well, no, I was really just working on my own. And then it's like, as I got to, like, networking in L.A., meeting people, we just cooked up. And, like, even when you cook up, you kind of form a real friendship and everything. That's a part of building a community. Mm-hmm. Like, I tell people all the time, like, just because I come to a session, I don't have to actually lay vocals. Right. I just want to, like... I want to create the best possible song we can make, whether that has me featured on it or not. Like, I did verses for people, and I'm like, the verse cool, but the song would be better if I just wasn't on there. Mm-hmm. So it's just like all about just a finished product and just like doing that. And we just got to get back to the collaborative process where it's just like R&B guys collaborate with rappers, rappers collaborate with R&B guys. And it's just like find a medium and you just pop off a new sound. You got you a hit record. Okay. That's why I feel like we need to get back to making records. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the ones that'll pop off.
And last. Yeah, and timeless music.
Yeah, exactly.
Because this songs that go, like I said, that Fabulous 112, that hit today.
Yep.
A lot of things. Like, I even said, like, what? R. Kelly and Jay-Z did a whole tour together.
Sure did. Mm-hmm.
I don't like speaking on that.
See, I know. I shouldn't even say that. I'm sorry, but that song
I don't condone that. I'm out of my business.
I don't either, but it was catchy, man. It was catchy for real.
Yeah, it was that, though.
I was even telling my homie in the car that, I can't even think of the man who was singing a hook on the Tupac song, I Ain't Mad at You. Everybody remembers the cadence of that.
Exactly.
You know,
melodies.
They remember that. I can't think of the man's name, but I only know that song because the dude was singing on it.
And it's the melody. It's like you don't even necessarily remember the words, but you know the tune of the song. You know the melody. You can hum the song.
Exactly.
And it's like I feel like if I could make songs like that, it's about just giving people that feeling. Then it's like that's a hit. But it's like we don't really care what you say. It's just how it sounds to us. Exactly. But I feel like
that's a lot of the music right now, though, and I think that's why it's so watered down and, like you said, popcorn, because everybody is worried about if they can bob their head to it, and if they can, bounce their shoulders. They're not really necessarily listening to the lyrics
of the songs,
and that's why I like your music so much, because your lyrics are extremely intentional. You paint a story with your songs. That's why I really like your music. So how do you balance that medium with, okay, this has to be catchy or this has to be raw, and still being of like lyrical stature, pretty much?
So I think like just the fact that even starting off, it was more of like the rapping than it was the R&B and the singing. And like, man, First 92, though, he be on my ass, dog.
Cool.
Like, for my producer, First 92, he be on my ass. Like, we in there cooking up and the shit, like, not to like, if he don't like, it's like he always challenging me. Like, nah, this gotta be harder. It can be harder, way harder. Like, don't get me wrong, it gets frustrating sometimes, but I know, like, the intent of it. I know where it's coming from. It's coming from a good place.
Yeah, you can do better. You trying to get that hit, yeah.
So, it's like, it's times, it's like, well, we get into it all the time. But it's like a brotherly thing. Like, it's walk out the station and everything, all type of thing, but we gonna come back and get it together.
That's so good. That means you passionate. That means you're working with somebody who's passionate about you. Yeah. That's the thing, sure. Like having a team that is really passionate about you. That's how you get far, man.
Yeah, it's like, it's just being consistent with it, and it was just like, finding like a formula of like, when to like actually say raw shit versus just like trying to make it like just like something to vibe to. But I feel like that's why me and bro work really good together. Cause it's like, I feel like just me having like the rap background and everything, I can say some crazy stuff like metaphors and stuff. But like with him introducing me like, on more of the R&B side of the music, it's just like, oh no, he's like good at like the cadences, the melodies. And it's just like, we just come together and like, that's how we created Y. Like, he sent me the beat to Y.
That sounds so hard.
Man, appreciate it. And like,
video hard too.
Thank you.
So hard.
Man, it took a while to get that video out too. But it was all worth it though. But even with that, it was just like working on that. Like, he played me the beat. I remember like, it was crazy. Like, people don't know this. I recorded Y in 2021.
Wow.
Or 2022, and it dropped 2023.
Yeah.
So I was sitting on that a few songs like for like a year and a half, and it was just like pretty much just trying to execute the plan. And it was like, when we created Y and everything, it was like a real organic song. Like, I remember picking him up, because he was in town, picking him up. We headed to the stew, played the beat, and he wanted to rap on the song. So I just was in the car, and I'm just, why try? Doggone City Girl on me? Oh, yeah, say that. And then that was just like, we got to the stew and just finished it up. Like I said, just like, you just got to know the balance of like, the hooks to me are like the most important part of the song.
Oh, most definitely.
Because that's what's going to get you to move.
It's the most memorable.
Exactly. And then it's like throughout the verses, as long as the melodies and cadences is there, you can kind of say whatever. I got people not only bobbing to the sonics of it, but actually falling for the lyrics of the song as well. And I feel like that kind of separates people versus like a lot of people like can really sing like amazing vocals, but don't really say nothing. So then I feel like we kind of get back to making more intentional music versus like flexing the talent of the vocals and everything, and just like more like take more. I feel like take our time. Just take our time. It's not a rush, especially if you want to have a great like finished product. Just have more time.
Period. Speaking of time, what is your recording process like? Because when I listen to your music, it gives me the vibe that you go in and knock things out in 10 minutes. That's how raw should be sounding when you go up in the studio.
No, it's not even that. It's like some days it can go like that. Don't get me wrong. Some days it can go like that. Some days I go in the studio, we make magic. Some days it's the straight dud. Like, and that's just like the creative process. Like, but with mine, it's just like depending on the song. Like more of the rap stuff is kind of like just go in there and just do it. But when we do the R&B, I feel like it has to be way more intricate. It has to be way more detailed. So me and I too just pretty much just cook up, like we'll play the beat and just write. And just like come up with flows, melodies, cadences, and just pretty much like one thing he got me doing is like somebody else asked when we was in the studio and they was like, so like, what is this song gonna be about? And it's like, you don't know, just say raw shit.
Yeah, period.
And it eventually like formulated itself. Like even with Why, it was just like line for line, and at the end it was like, damn, that shit makes sense.
You was painting the picture sentence by sentence.
Because I kind of just like my process is almost I punch in. Like, I really feel like I take, especially on songs like that, I take so much time on those songs because it's like line for line. Every line means something to me on those songs. So it's like I would really take, like that song, like Why it probably took us like 2.5 hours.
Okay. So,
because it was just like, no, not that line. No, we need something harder than that. Okay, all right, next line. And that's just one line. We spent like 5-10 minutes on one line.
Damn.
Just like, but at the end, nobody really knows all that. So it's just like, they want to care about the finished product. Yeah. And we got to get y'all the best finished product.
Exactly. But they don't even know what type of intricacy goes on.
How long it took. Like you said, you just thought just going there just like 10 minutes.
I thought you just going there 10 minutes, punch in, boom, boom, because I've seen it. Like, I've seen even with myself. I'll go up in the booth, hum a melody, woo, then I'll come out, listen to the melody, and actually write to the melody. Yeah. That thing take me, bro, 2 hours. Sometimes it take me 4 days to write a song.
But
I feel that I sometimes be feeling less of an artist, though. I ain't gonna lie, because I'm just like, well, I can't go in here and knock it down in 10 minutes. I'm seeing people go in there and knock it down in 10 minutes. And I'm just like, why the fuck I can't do that? I gotta take 4 days to write a song. That should be irritating.
Greatness take time.
Yeah, you ain't wrong about that. But I'm glad to see I'm not the only one, though, because I used to think that I'm like, why in the hell?
It's like some days the juice is just flowing. You just go in there and just knock out 3 songs in 2 hours. Or like I said, you might go in there 3 hours for one song. Yeah. But at the end of the day, as long as you're happy with the finished product, it doesn't matter how long it took to get done. I've met people who've like been writing one song for a year. Wow. Granted, they work on other things, but they would just always come back to that song. So it's all about just the finished product, just taking your time, and just giving the people something they're gonna like. Okay. Are you the type of artist that actually needs an experience or situation to respond to before you actually write music? You know what's crazy? I'm sick. I'm weird. Like, what's weird about you? Sometimes when I like don't have no inspo, I would throw myself in situations. The what? Just throw myself in situations. Right. Just to be like, all right, this will happen. Like, just like a bunch of just going places. That's not weird. I think that's some creative genius shit. I'm not gonna lie. Hell yeah. Like, I just throw myself in the fire, like, and just get up out of it and be like, all right, I just went through that. Got something to talk about. That's a creative genius shit. That's a story. You could damn near write a book if you just feel like that. Really? Dead ass. Have you thought about doing that? I think you should. I should. I feel like I'm like. You are a literary genius. I feel like I'm innovative. Like, I feel like I do like. I agree. Forward thinking. Like, I'm thinking like of the things that I do today and how they will be looked at 3-6 months from now. So it's just always forward thinking. I'm like, I really feel like I live like 6 months ahead. Wow. So it's like things like that, like just mapping out things, just being strategic with it and everything, and just seeing the stuff play out. Like I tell people all the time, like it's no better feeling than seeing the idea that starts in your head actually come to real life. Oh my God. That's raw. And that's why that's the thing that'll keep you going. To be honest. Just seeing like, okay, I had an idea for this visual and wrote the treatment, everything like that, and actually see it on the screen. It's like, it's like, shit, let's do it again. Exactly. It's like a high type thing. It's like a high. Like when you drop music, it's like,
And then to get people to actually like the shit, and for people to tell you, oh my God, I've been waiting years to hear something like this or something like that. Hell yeah, that's a good ass feeling. So I want us to close out, but I just feel like we have so much more to talk about. But it's closing out the time closing out. But I said we're gonna do a part 2 for sure. But I want to play a little game with you before we had exited out. This called Complete the Sentence. So basically, I'll give you a quote and then you complete the sentence.
Okay.
So R&B music is
lovable.
Okay. I like that answer. Up at 2 a.m. music is
emotional.
Okay, I agree. It's emotional for sure. Chicago girls are
Chicago girls are nobody. They're the best girls in the world.
Are the best girls in the world.
Huh?
Are the best girls in the world. Chicago girls are the best.
They're the best girls in the world.
Period.
Chicago girls will really show you about yourself. Like Chicago girls will let you know, like you really ain't who you think you is.
You know what? That's a fact.
It'll be like I go to West, like it's never. Nah. They don't treat me like that.
They think you that man. Also, well, especially in LA, because them girls don't be knowing no better. So they think you the man.
Chicago is like, I don't know. Chicago is a tough city. Like I tell people all the time, like socially, if you can like survive socially in Chicago, you good everywhere.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Everywhere. You get in any, you can sit in any room, feel like you belong in any room. Because Chicago is like an uptight city almost. Everybody knows. Yeah, so it's just like even the women, it's like it's cool though. I like it. It's attractive sometimes too. Like it's just like. Okay, you want to make it hard for me? Yeah. I like that.
You like them a little cocky, little hard.
Yeah, I like that.
You like them real rough too. What up, D?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, because it's like Chicago girls don't be fanned out.
No, not at all.
At all. Even if they
are not impressed.
You would not. Yeah, you can do whatever. We're not impressed. You don't care. I know they care though.
Yeah,
but it's like
just a little bit.
Just a little bit. That's all I needed to see is a little bit of it.
Yeah, exactly. Just to know that you are who you say you are.
Exactly.
It's like that. Well, thank you so much. Before we close out, I want you to
take a shot.
Yeah, of course you're gonna take a shot. Yeah, man, you ready, G? Like I really wasn't expect you to be so ready. I really wasn't.
Man, I told you I ain't gonna lie. I don't drink on the weekdays no more.
Okay, so you drink on the weekends.
Exactly.
So when it's Saturday, y'all. It's Saturday. So he trying to indulge, bro. Tell the people what you got coming in 2024.
So in 2024, I'm putting out a lot of music. I'm going on a run. Like, just to like, I seen how my 2023 went off the 2 releases, and that was just something to build off of. And it's like this year, it's just like, this year gonna be the year where I'm just like fully indulged in it. Like, I feel like I gained the confidence I needed throughout the years, and it's just like, I'm ready to go. Like, just ready to do it now. Okay. All the way.
Shout out to 2 a.m. in 2024.
2024.
Period.
And
woo!
That was good.
Yeah. You can't come over here no more. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to Who's Who with Liiu. Special guest, the Who's Who is 2 a.m. up at 12. I'm sorry.
No, it's
and we out.